have not shown, have not been followed up through in terms of religiously to see the outcomes translating into a better society. These gaps have caused a global concern on whether these commitments are merely political rhetoric or more grievously a political calculation to cajole the Nigerian citizens. In an attempt to find a lasting solution to the menace of corruption, the President, Muhammadu Buhari, in 2015 made fighting corruption top on his agenda as one of the cardinal objectives of his administration that will deliver to Nigerians. The efforts to realize this ambitious goal is commended, because it led to some occurrences where a sitting Senate President and Chief of Justice of Nigeria were docked on allegations of corruption, and past state governors on the trials. The trials, some of them were sentenced for fraud, which led to the recovery of some looted funds. In the midst of these efforts, Nigerians seem not to be satisfied because it appears many corrupt leaders in the past still walk freely in the streets of our country. Some indicted persons have even found their ways into government, either as lawmakers or ministers, of various ministries in our country. This is especially worrisome when we appraise the cost of corruption and how it has eroded the quality of lives, educational system, health system, good roads, potable water, and our business environment, among many others. It has exacerbated the inequality gaps, this resulting in poor economic growth, low productivity, which culminates in more people slipping into their abysses of poverty every day. In 2016, PricewaterhouseCoopers Limited reported that, the report shows that corruption in Nigeria could cost up to 37% of GDP by 2030 if it is not dealt with immediately. This cost is equated to around $1,000 per person in 2014 and nearly 2,000 per person by 2030.
Of things, particularly issues about inclusiveness in governance, issues about fighting corruption, that we feel is very important that citizens should actually take charge. Because after elections, what has been happening is that people go to sleep and then wait for the next election. I think citizens should be active in between elections. And it is only by doing that that our own politicians begin to respect and honor whatever promises they have made to the Nigerian citizens. So I believe that this engagement is very commendable and it's something that should continue. It's like, it's having some kind of discussion. And with those that actually matter, the students whose future will be bright if our leaders will do the right thing.
Our professor, told us that the national character of Nigeria is corruption and ethnicity. And ethnicity is still part of corruption. And that has not changed over the years. Of course, different states have their national character. And we need to go beyond just getting elections right to asking questions after the election. Now that we have voted is the theme of this conversation today. That is the overall thing. And we're talking about holding elected officials accountable in the country. Yes, they've been voted in the power, they make promises to us that they are going to transform our lives, they are going to better our lives, but at the end of the day, we don't see that happening.
One of the challenges that the country is having right now is the absence of thinking. People are no longer thinking. We just do things because it has to be done. But you are bringing us back to that point where we can think. And if we think, then the outcome of that thinking will produce something that will better the lot of our citizens.
Your voter's card is more powerful than even your ATM. What that means that if you refuse to accept what they're giving, if we can sensitize Nigerians enough for them to get up. You know that civic education has been removed from our curriculum. The curriculum, when I was growing up, we had a lot of civic education. We knew our rights from primary school. It was removed. Even history is removed. What is the Nigerian government? Who removed it? What was the interest of the person? As a young girl growing in Nigeria, I knew every history about the US, about America, about the UK, their landmarks and everything, their geography. Everything was in my head. And so going abroad now, I knew everything before I went. But they don't teach that. And somehow the Nigerian government, I don't know whether the Nigerian people or who, our leaders in the education sector, they removed all of those things from the education sector. And so it is important to educate Nigerians that their power is their vote. You know, that when you see politicians that are bringing money, the money doesn't even belong to them. Where did they get it?